This has been a very interesting week for politics in Nigeria. In fact, it's still a very interesting week because right now they're having the Abuja municipal elections all over. Everywhere is locked down. No one is outside, which is just crazy because, I've been in Abuja for quite some time. I've not really been the Abuja girl that I was before, but I do remember that it's never been like this when elections happen. Sure, businesses, may close, people may be told not to go to work, but definitely there's some version of movement occurring. So it's really strange seeing how everywhere is locked down in the name of elections. But I guess we can all credit that to Wike. If you're an Abuja resident and you know what I'm talking about, just let me know, because I feel like I'm saying this on my own. But generally, this is weird for us, okay? This is not what happens in the capital normally. Anyway, that's not what we're going to be talking about today. Today, we're going to be talking about Tinubu and the shit show that was this week, guys. It was horrible, and we are going to be unpacking the so-called Electoral Act, which has now been signed into law. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Amara, and this is Next Door Conversations, my podcast where I talk about trending news, viral content, what's happening on social media, and in the world at large. If you like what you're listening to, make sure that you're following the podcast, ring the notification bell so every time I drop an episode, you get a notification. And also, don't forget to share this with a friend, because I'm sure there's someone in your circle of friends that's interested in topics as these. And also, don't forget to rate this podcast. This is a 5-star podcast, so please give me 5 stars. All right, without too much yapping, let's get straight into the episode. So, guys, Tinubu signed the Amended Electoral Act into law on Wednesday, the 18th of February 2026, after lots of protesting, after a lot of social media uproar, things happening in the Senate and in the House of Reps. He just decided on his own that, you know what, let me just do it. Let me just sign it into law. I've been following the case, so that's his excuse. So I have never seen a law signed in this fast in my life. I have never seen a president so eager to do this, and it's clearly because he is priming the land. He is ensuring that the next election is his, that he will have another 4 years ruling over this so-called Nigeria. This man does not care if he is ruling over bones, over heaps of bones, over 300 million skeletons. So far as he is at the top, it is his turn. Emilio Kong, as he said. The backstory is, let me give you the gist, because I'll be honest, but I wasn't following this. I've really tapped out of Nigerian politics, but I decided willingly to follow this news because I saw Peter Obi on my screen, and I saw people in secretariats, and I saw tear gas, and I was reminded of the shit that I went through during the 2020 NSAS protest. So follow me if you can. So the backstory is there was an initial electoral act, right? And this initial electoral act caused a lot of uproar because people noticed that it wasn't particularly mandating the real-time electronic transmission of election results. So it was kind of making the whole IREV thing an optional thing. Normally, well, not normally, but the last election, we had real-time uploading of results. So you could actually check if the results that were uploaded tally with what was counted in your particular polling units. But now there's the Electoral Act was sort of making it like you don't have to upload it online. We can just check the manual thing that we did, the paper. I'll let you know what the paper is later on. But yeah, the paper, and then we will use that as the primary document, okay? So people were angry because they were like, guy, this means that they could easily rig, they could easily just fabricate something and tell us that's the real result, and we don't actually have the electronic transmission of the results to sort of like compare. So it's rightly caused a lot of controversy, and people came out in their hundreds. They were protesting, they were saying no. Aisha Yusufu was out there again. I really love that woman, wherever she is. If we do get the Nigeria that we want, please, we need to build a statue in her honor. There are some heroes that we should put in certain places so people will remember what this country stands for. We are not the kind of people that don't care about what the people want. Anyway, back to the story. So back in December, right, the House of Reps actually created a version of the bill that would mandate the direct transmission of election results. But the Senate rejected it. The stupid Senate rejected it. They were saying, my people don't have network issues, internet failure, so and so. How can we do that? Isn't it quite embarrassing that in big 2026, we are still having these problems? Why won't the US president call us a now disgraced country? What the hell? So yeah, the Senate rejected it, and they said, you know what? It's best that we keep the IREV Kini optional. Let's use the form EC8A, that's what it's called, form EC8A. It will serve as the primary document in the event that we have internet failure. I'm not a prophet, but I suspect that there will be a lot of internet failure in the next presidential elections, guys. There was some level of pushback from the House of Reps, but ultimately they folded, and before we could even say Jack Robinson, Tinubu signed this amended Electoral Act that the Senate came up with into law. Usually it takes a lot of time and a lot of reviewing before something is signed into law, but this man did not care. He was saying that, oh, he has been following the gist from his upper chambers or whatever. He was saying that, oh, we are not good with tech, so let's do things manually. Remy Omokri was caught sucking on Tinubu's dick as per usual, saying that, oh, you know, the server may be hacked. I mean, like, which one is it? Is it that we're not good at tech, or that the server can be hacked? Which one is it? What is your excuse? What infuriates me the most is that it's not as if we did not fight this, because there were a lot of people that actually came out. And I'll be honest, I'm really proud of those people that actually came out and braved whatever was thrown at them by the Nigerian police, you know, tear gas, all the brutality that was going on. People actually were willing to come out and say this is not right. And that is very commendable. Even though the outcome wasn't to our liking, I will say they're really brave for doing that. But I just hate the fact that no matter what we do, they just do whatever the hell they want. Even when it's clear that this is not the people's will. I just hate how retrogressive we are. We are such a retrogressive country, and I cannot wait to be out of this. I don't even know what I would call it. This Bermuda Triangle or this Pandora's, but I don't know what we are in. But I am so over it. I am so over the bullshit in the name of governance that we have to deal with. One thing that's very clear from all the events that happened this week is that INEC is compromised. INEC, all the institutions, no one can save us. When the literal Senate is singing on your mandate, we shall stand. We are literally doomed, okay? We are doomed until these people are somehow dead or there's some sort of plague that wipes them out. We are at their mercy. And I really hate that for us. I really hate that for us Gen Zs. We're just here. And like, what would it take? What really would it take? Because we've done the protesting. We've been good boys and good girls. We've taken the tear gassing. We've taken the being chased. We've taken the being, beaten. What will it really take for Nigerians to say enough is enough? I often wonder what exactly it will be. And also, I wonder how the elections will be next year, because apparently I may end up being in one of the polls as an NYSC. It's so insane, guy. As an NYSC person, I will be there probably. Only God knows. But you let me know your thoughts as per usual on social media. What do you think about this? Do you think that we are doomed? Do you think that this, obviously I know you do not think. If you think that this man is doing this for our benefit, you are smoking serious Igbo. And I really want to know the grade of Igbo that you are smoking, because this man is doing this shit for no one but himself. That's I am 100% sure of. Let me know your thoughts on social media as always at Amara Next Door, at nextdoorpod_ on X. Let me know as per usual, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.